You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back, Rudrance, for Black and White Sports 2. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, like, comment, share this bad boy out. Now, I've said this before, I'll say it again, shameless plug. Every Monday on Black and White Network, either myself or Mr. Matrix does an update on Chicago's shootings from the weekend. Violence is so bad in Chicago from, let's just keep it real, gangbanging. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. From gangbanging, from socialist democratic leadership, that we have a literal ongoing series covering the violence on a Monday morning after what is usually a bloodbath on a Chicago weekend. Well, this past weekend was no different, except this time it spilled into Chicago White Sox Stadium. Guaranteed field. Well, evidently you're guaranteed to get your ass shot off if you go to a game there, because I woke up Sunday morning, I logged in to look for a video, Saturday morning, I woke up, logged in, started looking for topics. Lo and behold, right there, 2 women injured, shot. Wait, at the White Sox game? Yeah, that happened. My goodness, once again, I will say this. You literally voted out Lori Lightfoot, who thought anybody could ever be worse, and successfully voted in Brandon Johnson, who does look worse. I mean, I didn't think it was possible. So now we've got details from that shooting starting to come in, starting to spill into the conversation. We're getting more and more details. Things are rolling out. And this one is pretty wild because we've got multiple reports. We got a sports mockery in Chicago coming out and saying that a woman smuggled in the gun in her belly fat folds. Now, if you need to vomit, that's fine. Nobody's going to fault you for that. If you feel that little Jim Carrey Dumb and Dumber, if you feel that going on in your vernacular, nobody's going to fade you for that, okay? Understandable. We got to get through the video, okay? Because we're going to talk about belly fat folds here, okay? But said woman is now denying the report, and the police is saying, well, we think we can rule out this, but they haven't ruled out everything. This is ridiculous, folks. This is crazy. By the way, keep in mind, they had a Rob Bass and Vanilla Ice concert scheduled. I wouldn't have mind seeing that. Part of the I Love the 90s tour, probably, where they got a bunch of 90s acts that all come back. I think Naughty by Nature's on there and Salt and Pepper, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Who could blame anybody for wanting to see those legendary artists in concert? I know I would like to, but I've already seen Vanilla Ice a couple of times. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Point is, they had to cancel the concert. They said, technical difficulties. Well, technically speaking, the technical difficulties was 2 women getting shot. Oh, this is nuts. We've been covering, this is my 3rd video involving this, because the plot keeps thickening in an already train wreck city of Chicago. Businesses are fleeing. Policemen are quitting. Who could blame them? I mean, get your stuff. If you can afford to, get the hell out. You know, I mean, innocents are getting shot because, now they've opened up the purge between 9 p.m. and 9 a.m. Just have at it. We're not even going to try to stop criminals anymore. Oh, my God, don't refer to them as the mob. I'm going to be angry about that. An investigation into a shooting Friday night in which 2 women were struck by gunfire during a White Sox athletics game at Guaranteed Rate Field in Chicago came to an almost unbelievable conclusion to how the gun got into the ballpark. According to a report, and this is the New York Post, Chicago-based outlet Sports Mockery, two sources. This is kind of interesting. Two sources close to the investigation said the gun was brought into the stadium hidden in the rolls of a woman's belly fat. It's understandable if the room, whatever room you're listening to this in, all of a sudden just doesn't. Much the way, like when I see a picture of Lizzo, all of a sudden the air tastes bad. Why is that? How is that? That all of a sudden the air in the room tastes bad every time you see a Lizzo photo? Well, that's kind of the same feeling I got here, folks. The report said sources claim the woman, one of the two women wounded when the gun later went off, set off metal detectors, my goodness, 3 times. What? 3 times. Security performed subsequent checks but did not find the gun. Evidently, you didn't go deep enough. Both wounded women, ages 42 and 26, were expected to recover from the shooting, which occurred during the 4th inning of the Athletics' 12-4 victory. Hey, there's a shooting in the stands. It's Chicago. Play ball. That's pretty good. It really is. Police said the 42-year-old sustained a gunshot wound to the leg. 26-year-old had a grazed wound to her abdomen. Okay. A report on Monday by WGN in Chicago contradicted the Sports Mockery story. However, I mean, they are called Sports Mockery. I don't know if that's... I haven't looked Sports Mockery up. I don't know if they're like parody. I don't know if that's just what they decided to name this situation. Citing White Sox security sources, WGN reported that in a security check of security footage, neither of the injured women set off medical detectors as they entered the stadium. An attorney for the 42-year-old said his client did not bring any firearm into the ballpark, the Chicago Tribune reported Tuesday. Why did she retain an attorney if she got shot? Or does she just keep one on, like, speed dial? Quote, she denies bringing a firearm into the stadium and further denies having anything to do with the discharge of a firearm at the stadium. Attorney John Mom said in a statement, per the Tribune, we will continue investigating the matter further to pursue justice on behalf of our client who sustained serious personal injuries as a result of the shooting. Wait a minute. My personal injury ambulance chasing alarm bell is ringing very loudly right now. Is that what this is turning into? Is this evolving into some kind of a situation where they're going to try to hold the White Sox responsible for this? Guys, think about that now. We will continue investigating this matter to further pursue justice on behalf of our client who sustained serious personal injuries as a result of the shooting. That feels awfully ambulance chasing-y, sort of. That's the feeling I get. That same used car salesman stench. Interesting. Officials have said little about where the bullets came from or if someone brought a gun into the stadium, but Fred Waller, interim superintendent of the Chicago Police Department, said Monday investigators have nearly ruled out the possibility that shots came from outside the ballpark. So in other words, somebody was somewhere up high outside of the ballpark and launched shots downwards? I wouldn't have thought that anyway, probably, but I get it. You got to check that out. We're dispelling a lot of things, Waller said during a brief media availability. A shot coming from outside is something we almost completely dispelled. We're still looking at every avenue. It's still under investigation. Something from inside, it could have happened that way. We're looking at every avenue, exploring every lead, and everything that we can get. Waller said the police department initially requested that the game be halted after the shooting was discovered. The White Sox subsequently defended their decision to continue the game. Upon receiving notification of the incident, CPD responded immediately and deployed additional resources while coordinating with the White Sox security to maintain safety of those who were in attendance or working at the game. The police said, at no time was it believed that there was an active threat. The team announced after the game that the previously scheduled Vanilla Ice Rob Bass and Tone Loc, had been canceled due to technical issues. Wow. That smell is Funky Cole Medina from the belly fat folds coming at you. Yeah. So anyway, I think that was a drink, actually. I'm kind of kidding here, but I'm kind of not. What's going on here? And by the way, Brandon Johnson, who gave like the most limp dick statement that anybody's ever heard on this the other day with like 3 sentences, has yet to come out and say any more about this. Is it safe to go to Guaranteed Rate Field? Or are you just guaranteed to get a cap popped in your ass while you're there? And why the wording from the attorney that seems so personal injuries? Wait a minute. I'm telling you, are the White Sox about to get sued? I'm just wondering because it kind of has that feeling like the person, one of the people that got shot. I guess the 42-year-old got shot, not glazed, but shot. Are they going to try to claim that they were not safe in the ballpark, or was it in the belly folds? And I'm just speculating here. That may be a total and complete fabrication. That may be a non-starter. That may not be factual, the belly fold thing. We don't know yet. Did it go off Plexico Burress style? In fat folds. I'm just spitballing here, okay? Wow. This seems absolutely absurd. So we got one place claiming from 2 sources, for sure, 2 sources, belly fat fold. We got the attorney for a woman. Why she's got to have an attorney exactly, I don't know. I guess the White Sox could be held responsible because if somebody else snuck in a gun and they missed it and she and her friend ended up getting shot, then yeah, I guess the White Sox probably would have some responsibility there because they didn't keep the people in the ballpark safe. So yeah, I guess that does kind of make sense. I'm thinking even a step further, like, could all of this been plotted, planned? Again, reckless speculation, thinking out loud kind of thing. But that is odd, is it not? I don't know. But so we got the attorney saying, no, not really in the belly fat. And again, why does the air in my room taste like... I've been looking at a Lizzo picture. The air tastes bad in the room now. Maybe it's just the belly fat fold visual regurgitation in my medulla oblongata, whatever. You get the point. Whew. I kid because I care? ? Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.